Grab your candles and gather round, friends, for another episode of
Ghoulish
and Foolish. Ooh. On this week's episode, we're going to be delving into one of America's most renowned hauntings and the inspiration of the latest Conjuring movie, The Last Rites. It's the fourth film in the Conjuring franchise,
Yes.
and the ninth film within the Conjuring universe.
Conjuring Last Rite is the upcoming addition to the Conjuring universe, but it hasn't been officially released yet. When's it coming out?
It comes out today, so the 5th of September.
Woohoo!
Are you going to go see it, Amy?
Yeah. As much as I don't want to.
Good. We'll go on the 5th and we'll do a watch, and then we'll do a little, in the car review of it. So this is your public agreement that you're coming to see it on the 5th. The audience have it on record.
No, I'm not going. I'm not going. I'll watch on TikTok. So just an overview of what the film is going to be about. So the Conjuring Last Rite is expected to continue the supernatural investigations from the famous paranormal investigators Ed and Lorraine Warren. While not much of the exact plot has been revealed as of yet, the title gives us some clues about the direction of the story. The phrase Last Rites refers to Roman Catholic sacrament performed for those near death, often to exorcise evil spirits or give out spiritual comfort to someone in their final moments of life. The film is likely to go into deal with the themes of death, possession and exorcism, perhaps tied to a specific haunting or supernatural force that threatens lives near the end. It may also explore a case of more intense spiritual battle with high stakes involving life and death. However, we know what it is about now. And we're going to talk about it.
And that is, so if you're watching this episode and you haven't seen the film, put a pause on it. Go to the cinema and watch it, because we cannot guarantee this podcast is going to be spoiler free from what happens in the film, because we are doing this episode on the real life haunting that the film is based on. So this is your 5-second spoiler warning.
Spoilers! I want flames, I want laser beams, I want spoiler in the middle, yeah. While the Conjuring films are inspired by real-life events, the Conjuring Last Rites could draw from a few different paranormal investigations by the Warrens. Some of the cases involve death, spirits, and hauntings, with a focus of ritualistic side of their work. So, there was speculation before the film was really announced, what it was going to be about. So one of them was the devil in Connecticut. So another prominent case, this would involve the family experiencing disturbing paranormal occurrences accumulating in an exorcism. The exorcism of Arnie Johnson. And then occult rituals and death. So
but in this one as well, which I don't know if they were made for the Conjuring universe. You may know, but I think I've heard and I think I've read that Valak is returning in it as a reoccurring
And then we're lucky that we've got Valak right here
in the studio.
We're going to clarify what this episode is about. So it is about the Smurl haunting. And I'm pretty sure it's pronounced Smurl. I went to say Smurf, but it's L on the end.
Yeah, no, I think it's Smurl.
Yeah.
We watched in the research and videos we've watched.
Correct.
It's Smurl. If Americans pronounce it differently, it might be like
Smurl.
The Smurl family.
Smurl.
Yeah.
Little John's with us as well. One of the more notable cases handled by the Warrens, this haunted in West Pittston, Pennsylvania, involved an entire family being tormented by malevolent spirits. The haunting escalated with terrifying apparitions and physical attacks. This case this is tied to Last Rites due to the connection to death and the dark forces at play.
But also, pre-warning before we jump straight into the case in the real life haunting, this haunting does have references to SA and other things like that. So this is your trigger warning. Just in case, obviously, we don't want to go in there and surprise anyone with stuff on this, so this
We
is
don't want to upset anyone.
No, this is your like little warning that
Yeah.
that will be discussed within this case.
Correct.
So yeah.
Just before we get into the family kind of thing, I want to ask you a question.
Okay.
What would you do if you found out there was a demon living in your house?
Move.
That's it, ladies and gentlemen. We're moving on.
Move.
Move.
and move house. Well, no.
You don't. This. Be real, you big man. You ain't got the funds to move.
Big man. Yeah, no, I don't have the funds to move. I don't know, honestly. Like, if it was causing harm, then
You got a shed at the back.
yeah, I'd find a way to like try and deal with it.
Okay.
I would hope there was a way peacefully we could coexist. If that's not the case of coexistence, I would. Your dad knows priests, so I'd just.
Again, just in the context, whenever you say it, it always sounds really dodgy. My dad knew priests because we used to go to church, but I'm not allowed to speak about religion, so I'm not going to get into that right now.
But your dad knows priests, so I'd just.
No, past tense, not current news. Like, carry on.
But like, I'd just give him a bell and be like, "Oh, big man,
Big man Rob.
Big man Rob,
Big Rob.
get me a priest."
Yeah, just he'll pick one up on the way and bring him up here. I don't know how I would react, to be fair.
Well, you see shit in your apartment all the time.
I don't know, I'd probably just be chilling, to be fair.
Yeah.
How fun would that be? I'd write a book. Like, millionaire.
Like I said, as long as it wasn't causing, not talking like paranormal activity, like the original films where she ends up dying and eating her boyfriend, like level possession. Like, if we could just coexist and like we just see things every so often, then I think I'd be like, right, okay. It just becomes a level of normal. If it's harmful, then yeah, we'd sort it somehow.
Split and rent with Alec, like hop down the co-op, get some milk, come back. Yeah, coexistence.
Salt circles.
Yeah. He can sleep in the shed.
Yeah.
Is that like a man or a woman?
Alec's a woman. Well, she's a demon, so she's not really anything. Do demons prescribe
This is the 25th century. Alec can be whoever they want to be.
Do demons prescribe to gender pronouns?
That is a great topic of conversation, which I honestly think that we should not get into, right? Well, none of women, in they.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming that Alec is a
woman
with a strong name.
Yeah. Right, but I'm not having any of like your gender bias. We're having none of that.
This is because I call him Josh.
None of that.
Oh, that's what was that what the build-up was?
Yeah.
I thought you would tell me off because I government name you.
No.
Sorry.
It was a nun joke. So for anyone, Amy just deafened by laughing into that.
Oh.
So, first of all, we're going to jump straight into the Smurl family, which were the mother, father, 2 daughters that then became 4 daughters.
Yes.
And then, obviously, Jack's parents.
We're going to predominantly focus on, though, is Jack and Janet.
Yep.
So the Smurl family consisting of Jack Smurl and his wife Janet and their children moved into a home in West Pittston in 1973. The house was a 19th century 2-story duplex.
Nice. They lived there with... So in the duplex, they bought the whole duplex. Jack's parents lived one side.
Yes.
And then Janet and Jack lived the other side with their kids.
Correct. So it had a dark history that the family was not aware of when they first moved in. So Jack Smurl was a local maintenance worker and his wife Janet was a homemaker. Initially, they had no reason to believe that their new home would become the site of the most frightening and bizarre hauntings ever documented. Soon after moving in the house, the Smurl family began to experience strange and terrifying phenomena. At first, the activity was mild. Objects would mysteriously move or disappear, which is common, isn't it, in the Conjuring franchise? And the family heard strange sounds in the night. However, the activity quickly escalated to much darker and more violent disturbances.
And that actually began, and it's believed, obviously, a lot of the Conjuring stuff bases around Catholic religion because they were Catholic, and obviously the Warrens a lot of their beliefs are Catholic, and a lot of their...
They're like he was...
Demonologists.
What he himself said, didn't he? That he was a demonologist, and it's a lot of that just through...
Catholicism.
Catholic Church.
Yeah. But a lot of it began to get worse and progress when it was the older daughters. Catholics call it communion. Yeah, communion. So the day of the communion is when it started to escalate.
Yeah.
And that's believed because the house was filled with religious songs, crosses, a lot of people coming in and out that were of the church and of faith.
Yeah.
So obviously that then made the manifestation increase, develop, and things progressively got worse from there. But the house and duplex they moved into, obviously, like you said, had a dark history.
Correct.
Every town seems to have that building or that house that people think is haunted or has a dark history.
Yes.
Obviously in Pennsylvania, this one people reported, even though people didn't live there before they moved in, seeing people peek through curtains, hearing voices or banging.
Yeah.
Did your town have your town have a haunted house or residence? I know mine had, it was like a completely tiled building. And tiled, yeah. And in the top window, the old lady that lived there, she lived there by herself, had I think it was a light looking back at it, but as a kid, it looked like a crystal ball. So everyone used to think she was a witch. So the thing was, on Halloween or late at night, would you go stand in front of the house by yourself? And it was on quite a dark street as well. But yeah, did your town have something like that?
I mean, there was a house burned down at the top of the village.
Yeah.
And that was about it, to be fair.
Were people scared of the house or?
Yeah, I don't really want to talk about it just because just out of respect, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there was a house at the top of the village where it burned down, and yeah, sad. Then people go up there and it's vandalised and stuff, and yeah. Do you know what I always find actually?
What?
There's a film.
Okay.
Might be DreamWorks. Stay with me.
Okay.
Lock in.
Okay.
I always find that, do you know when people are oh, it's the scary house of the village, blah, 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 and they just go in and try to break into the house and stuff, and people live there, and the people are chill. Because you're the problem here, not the people that live in these scary houses that you say. What's the film called?
Monster House.
That's the one.
The one where
the old man.
Where the old man, they think he's a bad guy, and actually his house is possessed by his
evil wife,
dead wife, who wants to eat the children, and that's why he's so mean. He actually cared for them,
correct,
but wanted to keep them away.
But it's the Addams Family. Everyone's trying to break into the Addams Family house.
They're a chill family.
You've got a home to go to. Go to your home. Don't break into other people's homes.
Yeah, if you think a house is haunted, don't go stalk it and stuff.
Correct. Otherwise, Valak will come, and nobody wants that.
Just appear at the top of your stairs.
Correct.
So we're gonna dive straight into.
He's a ghost. Yeah. Move the phone screen again. It's just floating around the thing.
I fucking jumped then. I was like, what's going on? We are gonna jump into the starting of the haunting before the Warrens got involved.
Yes.
And everything that happened.
Correct.
So, the haunting seemed to focus on Janet Smurl in particular, and she would experience most intense paranormal encounters. So, some of the reported phenomenon included foul odours. So the family frequently smelled a horrible, overpowering stench that they could not identify. It was described as a combination of rotting garbage, feces, and sulfur, often a sign in paranormal lore of a demonic presence. That is because Ed Warren claimed that obviously demonic entities, because they were never human, were the opposite, going back to his Catholicism. Believed that obviously they hated God's children, which humans were seen as in Catholic religion.
Like us. We're children of light, like us.
And would often go visit graves, because then that would mean they could see God's children dying and rotting, so that's where the smell comes from. Smurls heard strange noises like banging, scratchings, footsteps, and it all mostly occurred at night. There were physical attacks, so Janet was reportedly scratched, bitten, and even physically pushed by invisible forces. On one occasion, she was allegedly thrown out of her bed with great force, while the other family members also reported being shoved and grabbed by unseen hands. Most of these often...
Sorry.
Oh, you interpret that in my notes. I am. Stunning. So most of these often happened like at night. There were aspects and reports of allegedly the TV setting alight.
Yes.
Janet reportedly hearing, while she was in the basement doing laundry, hearing someone call her name repeatedly, and then laughter. There is a report, Janet says, after finishing an intimate moment with her husband, being dragged off the bed. And there was another incident with the daughter being in the shower and feeling something like caress her back and her arms, which is very, very creepy considering these were young girls.
Sorry. Pause just a second.
Yeah.
I just want to recap. When she was in the basement, when we were watching our research,
yeah.
It did say that she sniffed the laundry stuff.
I was going to say, if you just left it, it sniffed. It sounds like
she sniffed it. No, she sniffed the laundry stuff. My argument might be maybe she was a bit high.
Maybe. That's why everything we say has allegedly in it, because obviously there is no solid proof. It's just the belief of what people say.
I'm telling you now, the laundry stuff in the 70s is probably not the laundry stuff that we had now.
Well, Coca-Cola back then had
Coke in it.
Actual Coke. But yeah. So again, like Amy said, pinch of salt, you can believe it, you don't need to believe it. We are just recapping what we've researched and what is out there for everyone.
Sorry, I had to say that because I felt like we brushed over the fact that the woman might have been high in that certain situation. Everything else...
Well, at the end, we'll go over our personal opinions because during our research, you had a very strong opinion on something.
I did.
The Smurls would often feel a strong sense of dread or depression, and some family members claim they could sense a malevolent force in the house. They often also reported the dread would be felt by, like, they would see a dark figure standing in the corridor watching them. It often as well manifested as they would see their dog, a German Shepherd, walk across, say, the landing, and then they'd call their dog, and then the dog would come up the stairs or from like a different room. So wasn't where they'd just seen it, which is very, very strange. My two dogs, that would be the last straw if there was a demonic possession. I was like, you hurt my dog, we're gonna scrap.
Yeah.
Like that. My kid's fine. My dog, nah. You've crossed the line now.
You like slam your kid against the wall, but it touches the dog.
Different story there.
I'm on the same page.
There were often reports of low, guttural growls and disembodied voices, some of which seemed to speak in a language the family couldn't understand. Often, other times, these voices would mock or insult the family, specifically Janet. There was also reports of the voices would take on the voice of family members, and Jack's parents often heard Jack through the walls insulting, swearing and being aggressive to Janet, to the point of one night Jack's dad came out and was like, right, I'm not having this anymore, because obviously being a religious family, it's a lot about respect. Came round to like be like, right, you don't talk to your wife like that. Walked in the house to see them all just sat watching TV, having family time. But they would hear each other's voices even when they were alone in the house. Janet was said to have been possessed by the entity on at least one occasion. During this time, she would speak in an unnatural voice. Her behaviour would become erratic and her family would have to restrain her to prevent self-harm. We're now going to move on a little bit to the warning we gave you earlier of the essay. There is talks as well by Ed Warren of the presence of a succubi, which Yeah, succubus is plural, isn't it? Succubi is plural, succubus is singular. Okay, succubus. That Jack remembers, and in interviews, he often would get mocked for this, but apparently it was something he didn't like discussing. He remembers one night lying in bed, feeling like someone stroked his back centrally, thinking it's his wife. He rolled over, his wife was asleep, and then he saw this old woman stood at the end of the bed, covered in this like slime and mucus.
So it was an old woman's face on a young woman's body.
Ah, yeah.
And then it was covered in mucus.
Yeah.
Now I'm not going to say what I said to Josh.
Josh.
Vanity.
Thank you.
Valak.
Valak.
But you'd understand.
To quote Trixie and Katia, why's this hallway smell of cum?
Oh my god.
Yeah, and then he suffered with sleep paralysis, which obviously is a previous episode we've done, but he vividly remembers this woman climbing on top of him. He couldn't move or resist or do anything, and then he just described it as when she was done,
done.
She climbed back off him, laughed, and kind of like walked away and vanished.
Yeah.
And apparently this happened reoccurring times.
Yeah.
So we're not going to touch and dive deep into the SA stuff, but apparently incidents like this happened repeatedly to both Janet and Jack, and was attempted on their oldest daughter.
We're going to talk about the Warrens now.
The Warrens and the Warrens' involvement, which is where I presume the film will begin.
Correct.
The Last Rites out September 5th. We're not sponsored by them.
I was going to say.
Universal, if you want to sponsor us.
Or if you want Valak in your scare mazes for horror nights.
Yeah.
They're available.
We're also available for your like press nights and premieres.
Yeah, just fly us out and pay for everything, please. Thank you. Bye. By 1974, after the activity had escalated, as Valak has kindly gone through
after
already,
communion,
the Smurls sought help from the local clergy, but none of the priests were able to rid the house of its
malevolent.
Thank you. Presence.
But loads of them, the local church didn't want to get involved either. Like in the research and reports we read, lots of the local churches and local priests didn't want to involve themselves in it.
No comment from me. In 1975, the Smurls...
Why is it? Because it's about religion.
The Smurls contacted Ed and Lorraine Warren, who were known for their investigations into paranormal activity and demonic possessions.
Yeah. Isn't it because Janet went to one of their lectures and then spoke to them after it because she was advised by a friend that
they give them the number to them.
Yeah.
And they were like, homegirl, please, come help me. My house, my children, you need to save me. The Warrens immediately recognized that their disturbances were not typical hauntings, but the work of a demonic force.
Demonic force.
They believed the Smurls were dealing with something far more sinister than just an angry spirit. According to the Warrens, the house was haunted by a demon.
Well, isn't it, according to the Warrens, the house was haunted by 4 things. It was believed to be haunted by 4 things. One was a elderly woman who meant no harm.
And then an angry younger woman.
It was a younger girl
who was angry.
Didn't mean harm, but didn't mean peaceful nothingness.
Me.
Then there was an older man that was caped, that was violent. And then this demonic entity that apparently could control
them all.
The other 3. So they were haunted and attacked, allegedly, pinch of salt, by all 4, but under the control and...
The demon.
Is it disguise? Not disguise. Under the control and
Just control.
Under the control of the entity.
So the house was haunted by a demon that had been attached to it for many years, possibly since construction. Some reports even suggested that the land where the house was built had been cursed or associated with dark rituals, which could have contributed to the evil presence. Ed and Lorraine set up investigations in the house, conducting exorcisms, spiritual cleansing, and other rituals to try and rid the Smurl family of the demon.
So we're going to develop it now from obviously the Warrens' involvement to the nature of the main entity. We're not really going to touch on the other three that were allegedly there.
The demon!
We're going to focus on the demon.
The demon.
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 Okay. So the Warrens believed that the entity in the Smurl home was a powerful demon, possibly a poltergeist or a demonic attachment. Some sources claim that the demon may have been the same entity that had tormented other families in the area. Although this is speculative, so pinch of salt. We need to make merch that just says pinch of salt.
I'm pretty sure that's salt guy, innit? Man with salt and the stick.
Yeah. So, according to the Warrens, this demon was incredibly powerful, able to affect the physical and emotional state of the family. It seemed to target Janet, but it also affected the children and the others who entered the house. There was speculation that the demon had been growing stronger over time, feeding off the fear and the anger and frustration of the family members. Ed Warren reportedly stated that the entity had marked the house and that it had become a place of extreme spiritual conflict. See, I think that links to, again, the Catholic belief. If you are, I know you can't talk about religion, but I can, because I am a nun. If you are highly Catholic or highly religious, it doesn't need to be Catholic, and you feel trapped and like you need help, and the belief system you have do not support and help you, they had to go to other people because their local parishes didn't, that will create some form of, not necessarily disbelief in religion, but that sensation of being let down, which is kind of what this entity will want. Yeah. And then it also links to the 4 stages that Ed Warren believed happened in like hauntings like this.
Yes.
Do you remember the 4 stages?
No. Please enlighten me, Valak. You've gone through them.
So the 4 stages are infestation, which is obviously taking over an area.
Correct.
Oppression, which is obviously putting people down, making them scared, fearful, which then makes it stronger, which then links to and goes into possession, which then it's over again after possession. It usually leads to death, either of the whole family or of the possessed main target.
Individual,
lovely word choice there.
Okay.
What would you do if I was possessed? How would you, like, if you came in and I was sat there going,
that's every Wednesday.
Every Wednesday?
Every Wednesday. I don't know. I'd probably walk in and be like, oh, Alexa, alpaca, just come back.
Oh, you just pop out and be like,
come back. I don't know. I think it's like one of those things is like, you don't know how you're going to react until it actually happens.
Yeah.
I feel like we would react very differently. I feel like you'd be more scared than me.
I'd be scared, but I think I would be more like, from our last episode of doing the Estes method, we both talk to things differently. I'm more probing and like calmer with discussing it, whereas I think if I was possessed and you were trying to talk to me and I just kept like saying random like weird stuff, you'd get annoyed.
We'd up scrap.
Yeah, you'd end up arguing with the thing. So in the long run, I don't think you'd help me.
I'd I'd fill the sink with water in the kitchen. I'd get a YouTube video up of a priest and it'd be blessed, and I'd be dunking your head in it. And I'd be like, talk back to me again. Dunk. And that's how you deal with those type of problems.
Don't call Amy if you're possessed.
Actually, I think you should, to be honest. Save yourself some money.
Start charging people.
I wouldn't. I'd do a free service.
Free service.
Nice guy.
Just
I'm a nice guy.
Just buy us a Mackies.
Mackies. Me and Mackies.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, I'm not rocking up and freeing people from evil to buy them a Mackies.
Yeah, no.
I'd be out of pocket.
They'll buy us Mackies.
Buy us Mackies. Well, you're the demon I'd be getting rid of. Oh my god.
So we're gonna now, obviously, after touching on the story and the basics of everything, we're gonna look at the aftermath of the haunting of the Smurl family.
Yes.
And obviously the legacy which leads to the new Conjuring Last Rites film.
Correct. So, the aftermath. The Smurl family eventually moved out of the house in 1989.
Did it end there?
And reports of paranormal activity decreased after they left.
Okay.
However, the Warrens remained involved with the case for several years, and they claimed that the demon had not been fully vanquished by their efforts. Though the family experienced peace after leaving the house, the case of the Smurl haunting remains one of the most discussed and debated in paranormal world.
Okay, so if they remained involved for several years after, was it the entity followed them, or they stayed invested within the property?
I think it's probably the property, to be honest.
Property, okay.
The Smurl haunting continues to be the most important case for those interested in the paranormal, as it combines elements of demonic possession, poltergeist activity, and exorcism.
Okay.
It serves as a reminder of the strange and unsettling experience that people may have had in haunted homes, and it contributes to the legacy of the Warrens as some of the most famous paranormal investigators in history. For the fans of the Conjuring universe, this case represents the kind of disturbing and intense supernatural phenomena that has inspired many of the films in the franchise, including The Conjuring, The Devil Made Me Do It, which also touches on possession, exorcism, and a similar theme.
Yeah, I think it also, this can be seen as referenced. Obviously, The Haunted is based off this, but I think a lot of other horror films have taken inspiration from this, because Poltergeist has a very, very famous scene with the static TV and hearing the voices.
Yes.
But within this story, we didn't touch on it earlier, but there is reports of the TV being unplugged, but static was on it, and they could see not images, but like silhouettes of people or things, and it looked like they were looking back and watching them through the TV. So I think this story, whether you believe it or not, has inspired some great horror films, franchises, and like cinematography throughout it being around. So overall, what is your opinion and belief on the Smurl Family Haunting?
I think aspects of it are true. I just don't know, like, about certain parts of it, to be honest.
No, I agree.
But it's like taking stuff with a pinch of salt.
Yeah, I agree on aspects of, like, Janet's possession.
Yes.
Hearing the voices, the banging, the scratching, the voices being mimicked.
Yeah.
100% believe the stuff on the dog. Especially, like, as a dog owner, you have a lot of love for your dog, and there is a report in this that has been told repeatedly of their German Shepherd apparently being picked up and thrown into the wall.
Duke, do you want the ball?
Which, if you're a dog lover, you're not going to make up stories about your own pet's harm, because just thinking about it makes you quite sad and distressed. So I think aspects like that are true, but some of the aspects, like you touched on earlier, pinch of salt, I would say.
Yeah. I think I'm kind of interested to see how the film takes those original events and how it's displayed, like, through that. But
well,
until then,
if you watch this on Friday, if you want, we are going to watch the film on Friday, so we will do a short...
will be watching.
Well, you will have done your research and watched your TikTok videos on it. We will do a short 10-minute episode of our view and review of The Conjuring Last Rites. Before we do a sign off though, we've had a few messages and comments on Instagram. Amy, your nails.
My nails are a hot topic.
Let's go up to the camera, give them a lovely, lovely view.
Okay, I'm gonna walk with a blanket. These are my nails. They match Valak today.
That wasn't planned.
It wasn't planned. This is the thumb. This is the index. It's got silver stars on it. Not gonna flip you off, but it's kind of there. We'll put a photo.
Of your nails on there.
Yeah.
So who did your nails, Amy?
My friend Molly did my nails. You can check out her Instagram. It's House of Nails, and we'll put it down.
Yeah, we will plug it underneath.
Yeah.
On our Instagram, we will post there as a post. We will post a photo of Amy's nails.
Yes.
And tag them in it. So if you're in South Wales,
yes,
get your nails done by Molly.
Yeah. Not sure if she's taking on clientele at the moment because she's a one-woman team.
But I'm sure we'll talk to Molly. We'll see if we can get a Ghoulish and Foolish deal if you get your nails done.
Or if I can get a Ghoulish and Foolish set of nails.
Oh yes.
Yeah. Molly, I know you watch these, so expect a message from me leading up to Halloween.
Yeah.
But yeah, show her some love.
Yeah.
She's great. She does a great job. So yeah, thank you, Molly.
So that has been your episode of
Ghoulish
and Foolish. Ooh.